This is State Representative Jeffrey Elmore with your weekly session update for June 10th. As I continuously say each week, we're always busy here at the General Assembly in the North Carolina House and with the Senate, and I'll give you some updates on some things that have happened this week and some bills that passed, some bills that are going to the governor. We'll see how he reacts to them, and tell you about a visit that's on Monday in the district, which is pretty exciting. But first, there was a budget spend target that was agreed upon between the Senate and the House. This is a good step to go ahead and move the budget document. We have been waiting on the state Senate to give us their budget. We're now in week 12. They told us that they would have it done in a month, but we are in week 12. They've given us estimates that they will not be giving us a budget until after the middle of this month. They are wanting to wait on another forecast on our revenue stream because of the income taxes being allowed to be filed late has created another revenue forecast, and they are wanting to wait to distribute their document after that forecast. So we're here quite a long time, but I'll give you those numbers. We have 21-22 not to exceed $25.7 billion. That's a 3.5, almost a 3.5% increase in spending. And then the fiscal year 22-23, the increase is by 3.65, not to exceed $26.7 billion. Now let me tell you why those percentages are important. We work off a theory called TABOR, which is where you look at inflation adjusted on prices and also population growth. And the idea behind this is technically you're not growing the size of the government, you are just making the government grow with the size of the people. The state is getting bigger, and that's what is causing this number. Also, it is based off of the last budget that was passed, which was in 2018. So it very much fits in the window of what we call TABOR in our spending habits. But that's the update on the budget. And I'll give you some updates on some bills that passed. I had a very big bill that I handled on the House side, Senate Bill 654, dealing with COVID provisions for our schools. It's really time sensitive because it deals with testing data, reporting to the teachers, some exemptions dealing with COVID, and also tying some money to it. And I'll give you some highlights on it. It modifies provisions related to remote instruction days and also virtual instruction, the idea of going to virtual-only schools if a system chooses to, and how to define that. It delays implementation of changes to the social studies standards, the standards themselves, and also the implementation of the financial literacy because the staff development was not able to be done. It modifies temporarily some requirements with teacher licensure because workforce demand. We work on the year-round school definition. We also create some class size flexibility dealing with kindergarten because we know we'll have an influx of kindergartners that were held back because their parents did not want to send them to virtual only. And it also expended $340 million of the Department of Public Instruction holdback money from the last batch of federal funds. It passed the House with a pretty strong vote, 74-34, and it will be returned to the Senate. Also, another important bill that we dealt with is dealing with the municipal elections this week. Gray Mills, the representative, is our elections chair, and we delayed the election schedule for municipalities that are affected by census data. None of the towns in District 94 will be affected by this, but the big, large urban areas do have wards that they elect folks through or regions that they cut the towns up in, and some of those are based on population and they switch the wards. Those will be delayed because they're waiting on the census data. Much of this action had to take place because of lawsuits. If this adjustment is not made, someone could challenge the validity of the process, thus delaying elections even more. So Representative Mills put this bill forth, and it passed unanimously going back to the Senate. Some interesting bills that went to the governor. We'll see how he handles it. Our concealed carry permit bill that deals with carry and concealed carry in churches that have Christian schools on the property or educational property. That is banned right now. You cannot carry your gun on educational property regardless of when it is. So if a church has a school on site, technically the person is not supposed to have their weapon on the piece of property ever. This bill clarifies that to where as long as the religious services are going on and not the school, is fine. And this deals with basically being able to have security teams, etc., at the churches for protection. This bill got through the Senate. It was a House initiative bill with 30 to 19 vote. Now it's on the governor's desk. We'll see if he signs it or not. This is the first Second Amendment bill that we've sent to the governor. Also, something that moved through the House that they have passed on, and it will now be on the desk of the governor, is our Human Life Non-Discrimination Act. And this is the bill that bans abortion on the basis of gender, race, or a disability. Basically saying that the baby is being aborted because it has Down syndrome. This was a powerful discussion in the House. We had a strong vote in the Senate. That is now to the governor. So we will see what Governor Cooper does with that one. Also on Monday, it's exciting. Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey will be visiting the district. He's coming to Wilkes County on Monday. I'm going to be seeing him in the morning, but he's going to be presenting several awards and rescue and grant checks to 17 fire departments and rescue squads in the region. And very excited about that. Some resources coming into our area for our fire and rescue guys, which we always think what they do. So as always, very busy.